Hello everybody, my name is Giancarlo Spalla. I'm a partner of Next Tennis, that is a company that manages Stringingpedia, Racketpedia, and today we are about to present our new product that is being called Stringing Cloud, and it's a software for stringer, naturally made by stringers. Thanks to our experiences, we have tried to build a software that can be used from a home stringer, a beginner stringer, to very expert stringers, shops, chain of shops, tournament, and to face all the situation as possible. Today we are going to show you all the most important features of the software. Naturally, we're going to start from the settings, where is the area where we are going to customize the software to our needs. So from the settings, you can manage the stringing points, so you can have as many stringing points as you want, as you need. And naturally, if you're a home stringer, probably you will have only one stringing point, but if you run a chain of shops, you probably will have more stringing points. Or even if you have only one shop, maybe you string at home at the shop, and you don't wanna mix the two situations. So you can make all the string points as you want to. And same for the stringers. So you can have as many stringers as you want to. Then you can put the stringing machines that you have, and then you can import or export the database from there. So from here you can assign stringers and stringing machine to every stringing point, as you can see here. Then we have another option button that is up here on the right. So when you click on it, you can open this menu, and this is related to each stringing point. So these options are related to the Poliosport stringing point that is my shop. So I want the metric system. I see the stringing machines of my shop, and the time zone, that is really important because we have a calendar that is related to the time zone that is set in this page. Accuracy, the notification management, so we can send automatic email when the racket is strung or when the string life is at the end, and when the demo racket trial period expired. Here we can manage the print label. It's totally customizing. So as you can see, you can add and take out whatever you want, the font size, the way it's been written. You can move from here to there. It's really customizable, the label. Then the order default stringing settings. So this what is on default on every order. For me, is tennis first. Then the stringing type we use for note as default. The logo, yes. Then replace grip or replace overgrip, no. But you can set everything from here. Another important thing that you can manage from this option is that you can customize the email. So you can put automatic email as we said before, and you can customize them. So racket ready, automatic, yes. Email from, you can put the logo, the email subject, this is in Italian, and the email body. So you can usually say no reply. You can say hello, and customer is the name of the customer, is automatic. Even the same for the racket, is ready for to be picked up from the stringing point, and you can check everything about your racket. If you keep this, and this, everything is very, very automatic. You can do the same for the stringing, and so it's the same if you want it automatic or no, I don't mind. And the same as before. End of the string reel, you can manage everything. And a prepaid, and demo racket with expired trial period. So, and everything is customized by you. And even if you don't want to send anything, you just put no. Okay. So it's very, very, very easy and very useful. This one is the home page, and in the home page we have some important shortcuts. The first one is only be available for people who has more than one stringing point, and it lets you choose the stringing point you want to use. And the second one is the racket at the moment that has to be strung. So now we have only 4 rackets. Is the resume of planning of the racket that has to be strung. Then racket to be picked up. Okay, so you can easily find someone racket. You see, and from here you can have all the information about this racket. And the add order button, that is probably the most important and the most used button. And the customers, well, you can have the list of all your customers. There are many ways to add an order. The most used are from the customer shortcut. When you write the name here and choose the customer, then you can choose the racket, and you can open a completely new order, or you can copy a previous order from here. I wanted this from this racket, or I can even consult with all the customer stringing in all the rackets and choose from one of them. So it's really, really easy. I choose this one. Then I can set the price. We have the usual information: main crosses, kilos, main kilos, crosses kilos, and frustration main, frustration cross. Logo, you can see this yes, because if you remember, in the option I set the logo yes, and replace grip no, the same, because in the option list I set no on the replace grip. Custom service, new racket, you can put everything you want here, and then you can complete the order or add another racket. If I have another racket, I add the second one. Okay, so I choose the racket from here. As you can see, I can choose the one I set the order before, so it's the radical. It can be highlighted because it's in the previous one. It's not possible to choose it twice. So I do this one. In this case, it always put the string and the tension as the last one. If I don't want this one, I just go there and choose it. I just come here and choose the racket I want. So if I have done this, I can complete the order. and I forgot to put the price here, and I can complete the order. I have the select date. You can see the racket I have to strung at the moment, so I will put this here. Then I can print the label of both racket, and remember this is completely customizable and is automatically sized on the label you have chosen. And that's it. And from here you can, if the customer has paid in advance, you can mark as paid, or you can send him notification if you, in the customer field, you have put the email of the customer, and you can send if it's at the end of the stringing reel, or if it's at the end of prepaid job, and you can send automatic an email from here, just like this, and it's done. It's very easy and very useful. And from here you can go back to the customer file. So when you have finished to add an order and you have printed the label, if you want, you can start stringing the racket, or at the end of the stringing you can click here, string racket, and you can see a resume of all the stringing job. And when you finish, you can place the frequency or the RT dynamic tension or the chromatic. Then you can set the stringing machine used, and if you want to change the stringer, you can do it from here, and you can compare the previous frequency from the one you have now, so just to check if your stringing job is perfect, and then you finish stringing. Okay, so the racket now is ready to be delivered. So another important thing when you add an order, and you go for the customer, set the date, okay, choose the racket, okay. If I want to change the string and I want to add the last, you see that all the strings are already pre-populated from Stringipedia. Okay, and if you want a new racket, it's the same. You can add a new racket from I want to pure ILO 2023. So the racket is pre-populated from Racketpedia. So that's very easy. You don't have to write everything. So you can find it already here. Okay. So this is another very important feature of the software. So now let's take a look to the customer shortcut. It's one of the most used. It leads you to the list of your customers, where you can easily add a new one. But from this bottom, the only mandatory fields are last name and first name. All the other are optional, but the more you filled up the fields, and the most statistic you will add later. So I advise to put as many data as possible, especially the gender, mobile, referral club, referral coach, and email address, please. This is really important. Okay, so I show you my customer page. So as you can see, it's really fast. You will see inside the customer page all the rackets the customer is using. You can even archive some racket when you don't use it anymore. I mean, this racket probably I'm not using it because it's a broken frame. I can archive, and it will go inside this. You see, there are 6 rackets archived. If I want, I can get inside here and restore the racket. Just pushing this button, and you will see now it's back on the previous page. From here, you can modify any information about the racket. So if you want to change something like the weight and balance or whatever, if you want to put something more, it's not important. You can place an order from a previous racket, so copying from the previous racket from here, or from a blank page from here. And here you have to resume like names, last name, first name, email, mobile phone, the club, the coach, whatever. And you can modify this information in any moment. And from here you can even use the notification. Notification from here. You can send an email when a customer that leaves the string at the shop is at the end of the reel. So I just push this button and I will receive the email of that, and the same notification for the end of prepaid stringing job that I will show you later. Inside the customer page you can see 2 important buttons. One is the note and the other one is the stringing job, prepaid. And this one is really useful when a customer leaves his reel at the shop, and the prepaid for a certain number of stringing jobs. And you can manage everything from here. You can put the number of a stringing job and how much he's paying. This guy already have one stringing job prepaid, so it still is as used 3 of 3, and it's still remaining 9. And you can see the specific of this from here, when and what the racket was swinging, and all the previous one. And when you add an order from here, you see that he doesn't have to pay, but he's already have a prepaid field with the string remaining 9. For any reason he doesn't want to use his prepaid stringing job, you can write no and add the price of the stringing job. So this is really useful, and we use it a lot at the shop. So the other very important button is the notes. You can see the number 10 next to the notes. It means that already has 10 notes inside this box. So here you can add every information you need to remember about the customer. Maybe when he bought the racket, how much did he pay, the same for the prepaid stringing job or for the stringing reels. You can manage everything inside here. It's really useful because so many times I don't remember the price the customer paid for something. This is really useful and important. There's a different note that you can add for a specific racket. So maybe you have to remember something about this racket. You go here, and in the note you say maybe broken Gomer at page, something like this. And if you save it, you can see this, so you can remember something regarding this specific racket. Okay, I just cancel it because it's not real. So that's other really important function. So now let's take a look at the calendar button. This is another very powerful and very useful button where you can manage all your week, your day, your week for placing the stringing job in the right place. If you click on it, you can have a list, as you can see here, list, and you can see all the rackets in blue that still have to be strung, in green that are already be strung, so they are ready to pick up, and now there is no one, but in black the racket that has been already strung and are already picked up. And you can see in a list or day by day, or this is what I use most, is the week view, because you can manage all your stringing job during the weeks, and you can place the order very easily from get order page, easily in the right place and not be too busy and not busy. So very useful. So this is the month view. I'm not using a lot, but you can see better the situation. So this is for me is the best view with the list one. Now we're gonna take a look on, for me, the most important button and the subject of the software is analytics. So from here you can view all the stringing from day by day, yesterday to Saturday. You can see all the stringing with the resume, all the stringing done the day with the chromatic value, the stringer, stringing machine, how much they paid, and whatever. But the overview is amazing. That's why I love this program. I can choose all the stringing point. So I can see how many stringing job I did from, I can set the period. So usually I do from the 1st January till now, and but you can do whatever you want. You can set the date you want, and you can see how many rackets I've strung in this period and how much money, but it's not important. But you can see by day, but it's not useful. But per week, all the rackets strung per week in my shelf, per month. Okay. The stringing by gender, male, female, the cost center, the string types in my shelf. Okay. So monofilament, multifilament 24%, natural dot very few 19, top string brand, so 27.9 we had. Hyperstring is a entire brand. So Bubble is okay, 7% string project, and if I want to show all, I can see from here the top racket brands. So now Head 31%, 28% Bubble, Wilson 20, Yonex, and all the other I can see all the other. The top string model used it's 6-meter reels, not the entire the 12 meters. Top racket models. Okay, this is interesting. If I want to see who's using the Sonic Pro in my shop, you can just click here and give me all the customers that use the string. So I can, if I want to send a message to everybody, to say maybe there's a new string that is similar to Sonic Pro but it costs less or whatever, I can say to all of them. Same for the racket. If I want to see what my customer will use the Pure 2019, I can see. And string by stringer, stringing. Oh, this is really important. Stringing by coach, stringing by club. So if in the anaglyphic field you have put the coach and the club of the customer, you can see the data here. And you see from this coach all the customers referred to him that are coming to my shop. And I can see and how many restringing jobs are coming from this coach. And the same for this other one. Okay. And same by the club. Okay, so country club 291 customer, stringing job, not customer. And I can see who are they, okay, coming from that club. And this is really important when you have to maybe sponsorize a coach or a club, to have data, because they always used to say, oh, from my club, in my club there are 1,000 players, they all come to your shop. So if you don't have any data, you just have to believe them. But in this case I have data. I know that from this club are coming, I have a lot of jobs coming, and from this coach, and maybe from other, not so much. And I can even see how much money I make from this coach customers for the stringing. Okay. And that's really important when you have to sponsorize someone, to have data, and this is really useful. I can tell them, okay, there are 1,000 player that play in your club, but then I don't see a lot of customers coming to my shop. Okay. So this is really useful, and for me it's so important. Now we're gonna go to the demo racket option, and this is a new option that we had a few months ago and we are still developing, just like the stringing cloud for tennis and whatever. And so many shops give the customer the chance to try demo rackets, and so we decided to manage all of this with this program. So it's really easy. You can add a new demo racket. You can choose the sport, tennis, court, paddle, but you can add whatever you want. And you can put the name of the racket, and that's it. Then if you want to add not mandatory information like grip size, flat size, string pattern, weight, you can do it. And you can say in what stringing point, what shop you can find this racket, and note if you want to add a note. Then you will have this, so Bubble Pure Aero 2023, and with all the information about this racket. If someone want to test this racket, want to try it, you just have to go here and demo racket pick up. The customer must be one already inside the customer of Stringing Cloud. So I can put myself. because, and I can have this racket from the October the 2 till whenever we say, maybe till the 5, or payment, test card, deposit, daily pay, other, whatever. You can do whatever you want. I do daily pay. You can put note if you want. You can save changes. So you see the racket now is not green but it's yellow, and here is outside. Okay, it's not green, it's yellow. From here you can have information about where is the racket and how much I pay and whatever. Then I skip this for 1 second. The demo history of this racket, so all the people that have tested this racket. Okay, I can modify the information of the racket, and I can delete the racket. The black button is really important because maybe another customer comes to the shop and say, I would like to test this racket, but at the moment it's not available. And so I click here and I put the name of this customer, okay, and add. Just close, and you will see that there's a number over the bottom, so it means that 1 people is waiting for this racket. So maybe I'm going to bring it back the racket, so I come here, I return the racket. Day of use at 0 because this is daily pay, but I didn't use it. But anyway, if I use 5 days, it would be 5, so I will have to pay whatever you manage with. When I this, so the racket now is green. So if someone wants to try this racket, I can click here, and he said, remember, this customer wants this racket. So he's the one here. So I give the racket to him. Just click here, select, and the racket. Okay, just have to put the payment. So test card. So the racket now is out from with this customer and all the information. If the customer is not here, okay, is a new customer, you can add it from here. So last name, first name mandatory, but we advise to put the mobile and email address, because with this, at the end, when the when after this period, you will send an automatic email to the customer and say to him that he has to bring it back the racket. So this is important, and I know you can see from all the customer page, so like mine, what demo racket I have tried. So because maybe some people try 2, 3, 4 rackets, they forgot which racket they have tried. And so in the customer file, you can find everything. So all the racket he has tried, and when, and how much paid, and so this is another very important option. And you can filter for tennis, for paddle, for badminton. I don't have a squash too. And so this is another very useful program that is inside all the stringing cloud world. But how much do I have to pay for all of this? we thought to do something that it might be good for home stringer to a chain of shops, and so we thought that it wasn't good to subscribe monthly for a certain fee, but we said, why don't we do something like a paper stringing job? So we decided this is the best situation, because it is good for a home stringer that maybe strings 50 rackets per month to a big shop that strings 500 rackets per month. And so if you pay for or maybe someone string a lot during the summer and not very much in winter, and so we thought and we decided that a pay-per-click, paper stringing service, it might be the best solution. So the software is open for in all the functions, so there's no limitation regarding the function. So even when you try the free 15 stringing cloud-free services, you have opened all the function of the software, and this is very important because we want to give to everybody the best solution. And so you pay for unlimited stringing point for everybody, unlimited stringers, unlimited customer. You pay per service, so one stringing job, one click, one service. The easy order and service management, simple calendar management, track single customer racket, a huge database of strings and rackets, responsive system, stringing cloud analytics, amazing, exportable data anytime, and easy to import data, but we don't advise this. Then, for a 15 stringing cloud-free service, it's free, so you can test it and try it. Then you pay less for the big subscription, and you pay a little bit more for small subscription. The important thing is there's no expiration date. So if you buy a 5,000 stringing cloud services and you string 500 rackets per year, it will last 10 years. And there's no expiration date of your services. And so this is really important. So you can buy a lot of stringing services and you reduce the fee, because with 5,000 you pay 0.06 euro per service. So it's nothing when the customer pay for 15, 18, 20, 30 euros for the stringing of his racket, paying 0.006 or 0.16 euros. It's almost nothing. So you can really afford this program, and I think it's gonna be really good for the home stringer to the professional stringer. And maybe if you, another important thing, if you have a chain of shops, you can make only one subscription and you can use it in all the stringing points. So this is another important. You don't have to pay for twice because you have two shops. You pay one and you use your budget from here. So we see that people like this solution. So we have more features to show, but we think it's enough to start. And we're gonna have a tournament version in a few months, and we hope you enjoyed the software. And thank you, Mark, for having us, and thank you for all the people who saw this presentation. Now we're gonna be live for questions. Thank you very much.